Hi everyone, welcome back to No Sugar with Everything Krause. We're virtual swirlies today.
Virtual girly swirlies.
We have not been virtual in a minute, literally a minute. I didn't know where any of my virtual equipment was today.
Yeah, I know.
Like, Dad, you have it?
I told Kateri I was going to need my virtual stuff. You should have seen the look on her face.
No,
Thank God I keep mine organized.
I actually was like, couldn't tell you where I put that. And it's because I didn't have yours, and also Dad had mine for a recording he was doing. So normally I have a nice little box of podcast gear, and neither of those things were in it. So I was like,
it's getting to a point in our journey, which I'm so grateful for all of the brand deals and everything that we are securing. But there's almost I don't know how influencers do it. There's too much stuff. The reason you're losing podcast equipment is because we're storing so many different things. It's okay, where did the Honey Plus go? Where did the red light face mask go? Where's the yoga mat? I'm like, oh my God, I literally don't know where to put all this.
And this is why I think I've seen people do influencers have a closet, just all of PR things. That's where they put all their PR stuff. And now I get it. I mean, I don't think we're getting PR like some of these people are getting, of all this skincare, all of this makeup, all this, these little things. Thank God.
Thank God. Literally thank God.
Every time we get PR, I'm just I don't, either we can use it or eat it. So eventually it's going to go away, or it's just, we can use it, but then it's another thing we have to store in our room or in our house. And it's,
it's difficult. A lot. But I'm so grateful. Thank you, God.
First world problems.
Please don't take them away, God.
No, literally. I'm not complaining at all, but it is definitely something to think about if you're an influencer and you live in a small apartment.
Where are you going to store it?
Where? I don't know. Anyway, so yes, we are virtual today. It's been a little bit since we've been virtual, since we've been together for months and months and months now. Isabel is in Cape May. I am at home. I'm officially, obviously, back from Costa Rica, so I was away for the first week of January. We had pre-recorded all those podcast episodes, so it's also been a minute since we've recorded a podcast episode together, because we batch recorded 3 in a row, that's 3 weeks,
Yeah.
So
which was life-changing. That was really nice to have done.
I know, that was really nice. Well, I think we should probably do that again in the future.
I think with batch recording, though, I wouldn't want to batch record and then stop. I would want to batch record every week, just because I do like touching base with you every week in the sense of a podcast format. I think it's really nice for us to get collect our thoughts and also talk about what's going on in our mind. This is just as much for us as it is for you guys.
Yeah, I'm totally fine recording once a week. The only time I dislike it is when we push it off, and it's not last minute, but it needs to be recorded, edited today is.
You mean today?
But we knew that we didn't have time last week. It just didn't fit in the schedule, and we probably could have made time, but it just would have been really chaotic. And I hate when it feels chaotic, because then we go into the recording super chaotic and it just doesn't feel as good. So I'd rather just do it when we have more time and we know, okay, it's going to happen on this day around this time.
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing.
So today's episode is about something really, really special. I'm really excited for you guys to hear this conversation. It is about Kateri's brand new Strength Times Pilates 3-week program that just dropped today when we're recording it. So Monday the 13th, it just dropped. It is going to be a 3-week program. You guys can join with us. We're going to elaborate on it. I don't need to get into it right now. But I do want to say, before we even get into discussing the program, from my perspective, if you guys remember the very first episode of our podcast, we were talking about, or it was one of the first 1 or 2, 3. We were talking about Kateri, and one of the biggest jumps that she made was really moving to Naples. And that's really where she was in her life. She wasn't in Naples anymore, but she had just closed the chapter of Naples and was feeling a lot of anxiety and scared about what's to come next. I don't really think you had an idea of what was to come next.
No.
And I just want to preface with that, because that's what started this fitness journey for you. And from an outside perspective, it has been beautiful to watch you take such a leap and really step into something you are so passionate about, and watch you come so far to the point where now you're dropping your first program so shortly after just becoming certified as a personal trainer. So I just wanted to lead with that, because we started No Sugar as she was lost and kind of trying to figure out her path, and look how far we've come. So that is the point of this podcast, is to grow together. And I just wanted to commend you on your growth.
Thank you, sister. I appreciate that. It's very sweet of you. And it is kind of crazy to think about that, because when we first started this podcast, I wasn't certified in anything fitness. I wasn't doing anything fitness related other than my own personal workouts and going to the gym on my own in Florida. So there was nothing that I saw at the time being like in my future doing this. I always, of course, dreamed of doing something in the fitness industry. I even said that in college. Like, I loved fitness, I loved working out, but never really thought that I was going to be here at this point in my life. So, but then at the same time, this past year, it's all led to this. And I feel like I've been talking about it and I've known that it was going to lead to this the whole time. So it's kind of weird how long ago that feels, but also it's like, yeah, this is right time, right place, like right a part of God's plan for me, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, so I'm very excited I know I mentioned it in one of the New Year's episodes about the program, but I really want to break down the program with you guys today and just go through maybe top questions that people would have, things I want to explain, but that are hard to kind of type out on an Instagram post or just put up on an Instagram story, things that I want to be in longer form content for you guys to actually hear from me, from Isabel's experience with the program, and be able to answer questions that I have gotten from people and re-answer them on the podcast so that you guys can really get a good feeling of what the program is, what you can expect, and how it can benefit you in your life in whatever way you want to bring it into your life. So there's a lot of things to get into about it, and I'm very excited to share this, and I can't believe I'm sharing it on this podcast. I can't believe I'm just like talking about this. It's kind of crazy, but it feels so good, and I'm so ready to just dive into it, honestly. So I kind of want to backtrack just a little bit in my fitness journey to give some backstory as to how Pilates and this low impact movement kind of came into my life. Because if you have been a long time listener, you can remember when we were first talking about our fitness journeys and where we were in our fitness journey. We were both just in the gym pretty much every single day, 5-6 days a week, lifting weights. I just had a gym routine. And that was pretty much all I did. In college, I dabbled with things. I ran a little bit more or I lifted weights. I never really did anything different. And the only experience I had was when I came home from college and I went to hot yoga sculpt with mom when she was going to the studio. So that was like kind of my experience with it. And then when I was in Naples, I, of course, started seeing a lot of people talk about syncing your workouts with your cycle. And I was like, oh, this is an interesting concept. I kind of dabbled with it, but I was like, this isn't working for me because my gym routine can't just be 1 week and then I switch it up the next week. So what I started to do was maybe on like a Saturday morning or Friday or Saturday morning, I would incorporate a 30 to 45 minute Pilates workout on YouTube. It would be low impact using 2-pound, 3-pound weights, and it would just be on the mat, nothing else really needed. And some of it would be just body weight. I started doing that and I was like, holy shit, I am obsessed with this. I started craving that day of the week more than I was craving like my leg day and my upper body day at the gym, which I used to be obsessed with. So that's kind of how I started introducing it. And the more and more I did it, I was like, I can see why people, at least females especially, like this type of movement because it didn't feel as stressful on my body and like really intense. I feel like the gym can sometimes feel super intense for people, and that's why women are afraid to go to the gym and they're afraid to lift heavy weights because it maybe puts their body in too much of like a high stress environment.
Honestly, Kateri, you just hit it nail on the head for exactly the reason why I am doing your program. I am a gym girly at heart. Now I'm starting to do yoga sculpt 2 to 3 times a week. That's brand new for me, but pretty much my entire fitness journey has been what you just described: lifting in the gym, heavy weights, lower body day, upper body day, hamstrings, like dedicated days to building my muscles and trying to go up in weight. And I loved that. I loved that in the beginning of my journey because the gym was sort of new to me, right? It was just me stepping into fitness as an idea. So I started to see myself really build muscle, and I've loved that. But I'm at the point now where I feel like I've expressed this so much to you that I'm still not, and I hate to say it because I am happy with my body. Like, I know I'm strong, I know I'm fit, I know how healthy I am. But for my physical goals that I have in mind, like the ideal, and of course we all have an ideal body type, I'm not going to lie about that. The ideal body type that I have in my mind for what I want to reach, the gym just isn't getting me there. Like, I work out so often that I'm like, what's going on that I'm not like at that point. This has been almost a year of consistent lifting. Like I should be there. And it wasn't until I had a conversation with you where you really told me this story about you and you're like, hey, maybe that's not really what you're looking for. Like I know the body you want to build, right? Because the body I want to build is not like a muscle mommy. It's very strong and healthy, but also very lean, like those long lean lines, those long lean legs. Like I really do want that. My legs are always something that I've been very insecure about. So that's really what I'm working towards. And it wasn't until you broke down that like maybe lifting that often and going up in that weight is actually, you know, building a really strong body, but not maybe leaning you out in the way that you want it to. I think you need to incorporate some low impact movements. And that's really when you introduced me to the idea of Pilates. Now, this is going to be really my first time ever starting a new split with no gym, just purely like strength times Pilates and no gym regimen. So I'm a bit scared because in my head, it's like, oh my God, I've been lifting for so long. Like I can't imagine getting fit any other way. But I think that this is the change that I really need to make in my routine. I feel like that was kind of like a long story, but I really wanted to describe to you guys that I have not tried anything different because I've been scared to, because I know lifting does work for me, but I need to take the risk to try something else in order to get the results. And I really do feel like this strength times Pilates combination is going to get me exactly where I want to. Because as you said, I think my body may be in a high stress environment more than I recognize. Like, yeah, I love the gym, so it's not stressful for me. But what is squatting 50 pounds gonna do to, you know, do to my body and my hormones, especially during certain times of the month when I shouldn't be doing that?
Exactly. And I think that's where I was, like where you are right now, and when I used to be there. I think a lot of it came down to craving something different. And I think there's a way, now I specifically, of course, plan this program to incorporate strength training with Pilates to kind of combine the two, because I am still a massive fan of strength training and the gym and lifting heavy weights. Do not get me wrong. I love that. I will come out with a strength focused program as well. I think where it comes down to, and like what I'm hearing from you, is adding something else in to mix it up so that your body has a little bit more variety. I think our bodies get so used to what we're doing. Now you can always up the weight, up the reps, do things like that, but over time, it's just your body gets in this habit, it gets in that cycle, and sometimes we can feel stuck there. And that's why I also wanted to create this program, was to pull people who already work out maybe out of the rut that they're feeling like they're in, or to get people from their couch onto their mat and see that they can do simple 30-minute, 20-minute, 45-minute workouts that aren't in the gym crowded, that don't have a lot of people around, that it's just you, your mat, a set of light weights. Maybe you're using 8 pounds, maybe you're using 10 pounds for the lower body days, but we're keeping it simple enough where it doesn't feel overwhelming for you as well. I feel like sometimes, especially if you're new, it's January, it's 2025, you might be completely new to working out, and the gym can be super intimidating, especially in January, because there's all these new people that are going. So it's kind of something to spice up your workout routine, or just completely spice up your life if you do not have a workout routine at all.
100%.
So let's kind of get into exactly what the program is and break it down a little bit. So like as Will said in the beginning, it is a 3-week strength times Pilates program. So what that means is I combined traditional strength training moves. If you've taken any one of my classes, you know I'm a strength training, stick to the basics type of gal. So I combined strength training with the traditional principles of Pilates. So the main reason I love Pilates is because it is so purposeful and it's so intentional. Every movement is done with such grace almost. I know as well, you probably picked it up today. Everything is slow, it's intentional. We're moving with our breath. Sometimes in the gym, people rep out a little bit too quick. We tend to go a little bit faster, and maybe we're not thinking about the movement as much as we should be. And I wanted to combine that style of Pilates with that strength training. So that's why I kind of created this, to fuse the two together, which in my opinion is the best of both worlds. Like to me, that is what I want to experience. Like if I were to buy a program, what would I want? That was the program that I created. So it's 3 weeks. Like as Will said, we did start today, January 13th. But the best part about this program is, 1, you can buy it at any time. 2, when you buy it, you have lifetime access to it. So you don't have to be like, oh my God, the 3 weeks are ending and I still have a whole week left. You can take your time with it. You can go back to it if you want to repeat it, if you want to repeat 1 week, one workout, whatever you want to do with it. Once you buy it, it is yours. I'm never taking that away from you. And 3, even though we've already started, like I said, you can buy it today and start in a month from now when you are maybe home. Maybe you're traveling around right now and don't have access to it. That's completely okay. I wanted to make it so that we could do it together and build a community around it, but I also wanted to make it accessible for people who can't necessarily join at the same exact time that I'm doing it, which is very normal. Life is very hectic and all over the place. So I wanted to make sure it was available to people no matter where you were and what time you needed to get it done.
So Kateri, you talked a lot about how it's strength times Pilates. Now, if I didn't know this, one question I would have is it like some days are Pilates workouts and some days I'm going to the gym and doing like a full gym workout? Are they fused together? Like, how did you combine strength and Pilates in this?
That's honestly a good question because, of course, I made it, so I immediately know. But you're right. I think other people would see it and maybe be confused because sometimes I get confused about other people's programs. So it is a fusion of the two. So it's never going to be one day is strength only. You have to go to the gym, you need heavier weights, and it's never going to be one day only Pilates. Every day is essentially Pilates, and every day is essentially strength training. I made sure every single workout was a combination of the two. So even when we're only focusing on lower body, we're doing that traditional Pilates style movements with the traditional strength training movements. So I combined them where we're slowing it down, we're high reps here, we're pulsing, we're really, really engaging the muscles. And then we're also lifting heavier weights when it's lower body, and we're lifting lighter weights when it's upper body. When it's that 45-minute full body workout, we're using super light weights, but we're keeping it going. We have little to no rest in between everything, and we're just really cruising through it for 45 minutes. So I made sure that each workout had a really beautiful fusion of the two, and it wasn't too heavy on one side and light on the other. I wanted it to be equal parts strength and Pilates.
Yeah, well, I feel like that's really the unique combination that you created here is you don't need to give up strength training and you don't need to give up your Pilates. You can do both in one workout.
Exactly.
And I really did notice that from the lower body today, just for people who are wondering, like already after day one, what I noticed was how seamlessly you integrated moves that maybe I would do in the gym, like an RDL into a row, but you made it flow in a Pilates flow that I didn't even recognize, like, oh my God, I am doing strength training right now. But it was just like such a flow that I just kept moving from move to move so naturally. It was really interesting from breaking it up, from going to the gym and being like, all right, set one done.
Exactly.
I really loved like how it was just a natural 30-minute workout. Like it wasn't a pause, it wasn't a break. I just kept going.
Exactly. That is also where kind of I would say my specialty comes in, and where you have uniqueness amongst different people in different programs. And I'm truly passionate about forming a class that flows together really nicely. I don't want to be up and then down and then up and then down. I want everything to make sense together, because I have taken classes before where the whole time I'm like, what the heck is this instructor doing? Like, what are we doing? And then I leave being like, that was a waste of my time and money. I do not want this to feel like a waste of time or a waste of money, because those are the two most valuable things in a person's life, time and money. So I am making it worth your while each and every day, whether it's for 20 minutes on the mat or 45 minutes on the mat. You are going to leave feeling accomplished, feeling strong, confident, and really, really good with the workout you just did down on the floor. So that is really where I stemmed from. When I was like, what do I want to do? I was like, everything I would want from a program, everything I've disliked when I've taken someone's class, or I've gone to a new studio, or I've done a program, like what didn't I like? Let's make sure I don't do it in mine. So it was like learning from experiences and making sure I could create something that was really the best thing I could create as my first program, right? Like with the experience that I have, what could I create? Knowing that, my second program is probably going to be better than my first, but that's because I'm going to also learn from experience between the two.
I think that's actually the beauty and the uniqueness of your journey, is that you were a consumer before you are an instructor. A lot of times people start their fitness journey, they kind of start off as, you know, of course they're working out, but then they like start off right away like, oh, I'm going to become a personal trainer. And they sort of grow in their relationship with fitness through that. You grew and learned a lot about your relationship with fitness prior to becoming your first ever teaching job, and up to the point now you've grown so much, and it's because you were a consumer for years and you understand what the people want, what you want, what your body craves, what the female body craves. And I think that adds a lot to the power and the style that you were able to create in this workout. So I really do appreciate that as well. Okay, so while we were talking specifically about the program, why don't you break down what each week looks like for the people?
So the program is 15 pre-recorded videos for you. So each video is different. Each workout is different. Those 15 videos are broken up into 3 weeks. So it's 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. That obviously, like I said, can be adjusted. Maybe you want Friday off, so you move the workout till Saturday. The idea with the 5 days was to really create consistency and a routine that worked each day for little amounts of time. So I wanted it to be something that challenged people to add it in every day, but also gave them that rest, that 2-day recovery to give their body love and then be ready for that Monday workout. So it's 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. I'm going to break down each day. Monday is a 30-minute lower body Pilates strength workout. Tuesday is a 45-minute full body workout. So it's full body Pilates. We're using light weights there, no heavy weights, and it's 45 minutes down on the mat. Wednesday is our power Pilates. So this is where it kind of gets a little spicy. Power Pilates is no equipment needed, just our body, and we're getting our heart rates up a little bit more. So like I said, traditional maybe strength training moves with Pilates, and we're getting our heart rate up. So we're probably using a little bit more leg strength to get that heart rate up, but that's a really fun class, and it was a very challenging one to film, let me tell you. And then Thursday is a 20-minute arms and ab focused workout. So with this one, I really did want to tap into strength training principles with Pilates style. Of course, all of the workouts are, but for this one, I wanted it to be focused on that upper body while pulling the core into the upper body movements. So we have a lot of functional core movements throughout, like marches, we have skater swings, just different unique upper body movements that you don't realize are working the core, but really, really are working the core and building the most core strength. So I really created those 20-minute workouts to be as effective as possible. So I love the 20-minute workouts. That's a great one. If you want to add a day on, like one Saturday, you're feeling really good, the 20-minute one is the perfect one to do that with. And then Friday, we're finishing off the week strong with another 45-minute full body workout. So we have 2:45, we have 2 30-minutes, and then one 20-minute workout in the week. So it's really a great...
It's really manageable.
It's very
You can take 30 minutes out of your day to do a workout in the morning,
even,
for sure.
I have to say, like even this morning, and I'm going to admit to this, so obviously it was day one. I, of course, outside of this, have all my other teaching jobs. I have everything else that I'm doing in terms of fitness during these 3 weeks. Like I'm not only focusing on the program. This morning I woke up and I was like, should I try and squeeze the 30 minutes in between? I had a personal training client and then I had a class at 9:30, and I was like, am I going to try and squeeze it in? I got home, I was like, it's 30 minutes, Kateri. What would you tell the person who just bought it? What would you tell someone you're trying to sell to? And I told myself that, and I was literally at the end of the 30 minutes, I was like, oh my God, that was so quick. I couldn't believe it. When I said in the video, we're more than halfway through the workout, I was like, holy shit, already? Like I had filmed that workout. I remember doing it.
I was definitely waiting. I was definitely waiting though. Every time when we were halfway through, I was like, thank God.
I know. So it just goes to show you, like, you really don't need a lot of time to feel like you got a good workout in and you felt that burn, and then after you feel really accomplished. So the 45-minute might seem like a lot, but once you're in that workout, because I flow so nicely, in my opinion, from like move to move and section to section, the 45 minutes goes like that. Before you know it, you're done. Like when I would film the 45-minute before, I'd be like hyping myself up, talking myself through it, like literally giving myself a pep talk. And then next thing I know, the workout's done and we're in the cool down and I'm just stretching. So it goes really fast. And that was another big thing that I wanted it to be for people. I wanted it to be like a no excuses type of program. You don't need a lot of equipment, as well as in Kate May. She is not at home with her normal weights, with her normal gym, with anything normal. Like she's
I don't
in
even
Kate
have a
May, our
yoga
house.
mat.
Yeah,
I am
she doesn't even
literally
have a
doing
mat.
these exercises on a carpet.
And all I sent her down was with a set of 10-pound weights and a set of 5-pound weights. And I said, that's all you need. Go. I'm sorry, I forgot the yoga mat portion of it.
No, it's all right.
And
But it goes to show you, like, you're in a hotel, you don't need it.
exactly. And like I say in the beginning of all the workouts, if you do not have the equipment that I am using, don't use it. For the leg day, if you didn't have any weights, wouldn't you still have felt that burn? Like it, you don't
I
need-
didn't have ankle weights today. Like you recommended ankle weights. I didn't have ankle weights, and I honestly implemented in other ways. Like I have a 2-pound weight here that, like, in areas where I could add a 2-pound on, I would add the 2-pound on. If I could
That's
pulse with
amazing.
it, I was like, that's a
Yeah.
great way to improvise. So
Exactly. So that is what I love to hear too. Adding in whatever you have to make it work for you. And that's really what I wanted for people was, I know with 3 weeks can seem really long. Anything can pop up in 3 weeks where you're like, oh, maybe I'm going to be away Thursday and Friday. I'm not going to be home. You can still probably get it done. Or maybe you repeat the 30-minute power Pilates with no equipment needed instead and replace that on Thursday or Friday. So I wanted it to be something that you really couldn't make excuses for, because it's really not that much time out of your day. You scroll for hours. You can do something for 45 minutes. You can do it for 30 minutes, and you don't need a lot of equipment. So I didn't want people to have to go out and buy a bunch of equipment, because chances are you probably have a set of weights at home. You don't really need the ankle weights, but you can get them on Amazon for like $15 if you want to.
we'll
So
link them in our storefront.
Yeah, linked in our storefront, link in bio, please. So I just wanted it to be something that was really accessible to any and everyone.
One little brief thing I need to add in as a consumer here is something I really appreciate that I think all of you will appreciate is that Kateri also walks you through each movement. She's really with you as a guide throughout the whole workout. She doesn't say, okay, now glute bridges, 30 seconds, go. Kateri is walking you through the breath work, tightening your core, make sure your hips are in position. She's always making sure you're getting the full effect and like the proper form for the workout, which I really appreciated because, as I said, completely new to Pilates. I was really scared for that. I was like, what if I forget to like breathe? What if I forget to hold my core and I don't really get the benefits? Having you as a guide there really allows us to get the full effect of the workout that we're doing.
Yeah, trust me, I'm right alongside you doing it, struggling through it at some points.
It's impressive. I can't believe I'm doing these workouts not talking and you're doing the workout with no pause and nothing, talking the whole way through it too. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I have to say that comes with a lot of practice based on, I teach in person. Obviously, I've been teaching for 2 years now, so I have a lot of experience with that. And there are some times in the recordings that obviously I cut out where I pause and I give myself like a 30-second pep talk. Like, I'm not kidding. I have the funniest videos where I'm like, you can do it, Kateri. Power through this. Like, it's like my third video of the day. I'm like, you can do this. Don't give up on yourself. What would you tell someone who's in your class? And like, I literally am saying those things to myself. So, but yeah, I wanted to be right alongside everyone. And like you said, if you have never done Pilates in your life, if you've never picked up a weight in your life, I wanted it to still be something that you could do and not feel dumb. You know, like I didn't want someone to open up the video, start doing the workout and be like, well, I don't even know what you're doing. I don't know how to do that. I wanted to break it down so that it was any level could participate in it and not feel like they were left out in any way. So really quick, going off of everything we were just saying, this program is very beginner friendly, and I would say it's very advanced friendly as well. It's that sweet spot in between where you can, like I said, feel really confident if you're new and feel really strong and confident if you're super advanced and already do Pilates, you already do strength training. So it's accessible to everyone, whether you're a beginner, new, an advanced person, you can do this. Like, this program is truly for anyone and everyone.
That's why I called out the fact that you walk us through it, because it is advanced in a sense of like it's a hard workout, but because you're there guiding us, it's very beginner friendly, as like you literally have someone there teaching you step by step.
Exactly. Isel's eating clementine, so we had to pause because she shoved a piece in her mouth. I'm jealous because I want one.
It's literally so good. I can't resist it.
Yeah. Okay. So while Isabel is eating, I'm going to go over the logistics a little bit of the program. So if you are listening on YouTube or watching on YouTube, go ahead and click the link that's popping up right now. You can click that link to go check out the program. If you are listening on Spotify or anywhere you get your podcast, it'll be linked in the show notes. And if you follow us on Instagram on Everything Krause, or you follow me on Sculpted with Kateri, you can head to the link in our bios as well to find the program. So you'll see it in many different locations. Once you buy the program, you'll immediately get an email confirmation confirming that you purchased it, and then you'll get a second email that'll come through just explaining a little bit more of the details of the program. I break it down each day, what you need, the equipment you need, and then I also, of course, reiterate that you can do it at your own pace. I recommend doing it in the 3 weeks, but if life gets in the way, I don't want you to get discouraged, and you can still do it at any time. So just if you're watching on YouTube, peep that link. If not, check out the show notes or check it out on our Instagram page. Obviously, I'm going crazy promo of it, so it'll be hard to miss if you follow us on social media. And then once again, I know I said this in the beginning, but it is 15 videos, so all different videos. So week 1 is going to be completely different from week 2, and week 2 is going to be completely different from week 1 and week 3. So every week is different. I didn't want any repeats. I wanted all the workouts to work together but be different at the same time. So there's no repeats, which I think is amazing because I hate repeating a workout because I know what's coming next, and I don't love to give people that.
I also want to point out that the platform that you use to upload the videos on and like store them has an option to download an app. So if you create an account with them, you can have these videos on the go wherever. Like I literally have the app on my iPad, computer, and phone. So if I'm, in Florida and I need to go to a hotel, I can put up my phone at the gym and do the workout there. I'm using my computer here in Cape May. So you can really just bring it wherever you need it to be.
Exactly. And our older sister, Brittany, her and her friend are both doing the program. And I know that they did the AirPlay to their smart TV and they had it right in front of them, which was a really awesome idea so that you can see it on a bigger screen. But like Isabel said, you can access it on your phone, which is great. So if you're traveling or you just only have your phone, it's perfect. You don't need anything else. And yeah, and you can also do it at the gym. I want to point that out too. Like if you don't like your space at home, you can also go to your gym and just pick an area and grab the weights you need and just kind of stick to your business. You know what I mean? So that's another great option as well. I'm sure you're going to do that one of the days that you're home, is probably go to the gym and complete it. So one more thing for the logistics of the program, the price is $149 for the 3 weeks. So that's 3 weeks, 15 videos, $149. If you do the math, it's less than $10 a class. It's like $9.90 or something like that. If you do that math, which is kind of crazy. Nowadays, I go to a coffee shop up the street and I get a latte and it's literally over $8. So to me, it's like, it's very much worth it. I wanted to make it a price point that was, like I keep saying, accessible to people and also reflected the effort and the time that I put into the program. But I didn't want to make it something crazy that was like, you have to be rich or elite to buy this. Like I wanted it to be something that people could attain and they could buy and not be like, oh my God, I just spent my life savings on something. you know what I mean?
And I feel like we kind of wanted to prove that to them, like give them a good price, but then when they see the results, they're going to be like, I can't believe I only spent that much.
Exactly. And like I said, and I want to keep saying this, you have access to this for life. So say you complete the 3 weeks, maybe you take a little rest, you do something else, you can always come back to it. And maybe you don't do it 3 weeks at a time the second time around, but you sprinkle in the 45-minute, the 30-minute power Pilates. You just kind of grab what you need from it. It's always there for you. So I think that's another reason why I priced it where I did, was because some programs, people will have it up and then once that time is done, it's removed. So even if you bought it, like once those 3 weeks, 4 weeks are done, they remove it. And I didn't want to do that. I wanted you guys to have access to it because I value your time, your money, and your effort. And I know what it's like to want to come back to a workout video because you loved it and you saw so many results from something. I wanted you to be able to always have it and come back to it and make it a part of your life even after these 3 weeks. Like I didn't want it to be 3 weeks done and then like, see ya, I'm out of here. I'm never going to be with you again. I wanted it to be alongside you no matter what your fitness journey looks like in the next year, 2 years, 3 years.
I mean, I just need to say it's like also really cheap. Like Not really cheap, but when you put it in the sense of like less than $10 for a class, when the drop-in fee that I'm paying at our current studio is $30 a class, it's like
$30, literally. I
15
know.
classes. You can have 15 classes just saved on your folder of Strength Times Pilates for $10 each you paid. It's like, wow, that could save you a lot of money in the future.
And that's why it was important to me, is because one, I know it's not in person, it's an online experience. And I've been there where I'm paying that drop in $30 fee and I'm just like, bro, like, and then I'm in the workout, I'm like, I paid $30 for this? Like, this is crazy. Like,
I know,
so
that is crazy.
trust me, like, especially being, like you said, a consumer, I also am still a consumer. So like, I know what it's like to be on the other end. And trust me, you guys were in my mind during all of that. So less than $10 a class, like even the 45-minute ones, less than $10 a class. That's pretty crazy. It's pretty awesome. Those are just some of the logistics of it. If obviously you have any questions on it, do not hesitate to either text me, DM me, anything like that. Comment on the Instagram post that we're doing, anything at all. I want to make sure every question is hit for you guys. So those are just some of the logistics and kind of the basis of the program. So just kind of wrapping it all up. It is the new year. It's 2025. And I know there's always so many New Year's, new goals, like we talked about. There's a lot of probably fitness programs that are coming at you if you follow different people on Instagram. If you are looking to transform the way that you move, if you are looking to actually achieve your fitness goals and stick to a program and be consistent and build the confidence that you need to literally crush 2025 and feel good in your body, this program is for you. And I am not just trying to sell you on it. I'm saying it so passionately because that is what I truly, truly believe. And I would not have put out a product that I did not stand behind so firmly and so passionately. This program truly, truly will transform the way you think about movement. It will really strengthen your muscles. So I know I said we're using light weights. Those light weights are the most humbling experience of my life. No matter how long I've been doing Pilates, those 3-pound weights are always going to kill my arms. Let me tell you that one. And if you are looking to really connect with movement on a more intentional and purposeful level, this program is for you. Isabel, back to what we said in the very beginning and what I think maybe is the biggest benefit for you and was for me when I first got into Pilates, is connecting with movements on a deeper level so that you really, really create that mind-body connection. Like, that's what this is about, is connecting what's up here with what you see and use every single day. So just to kind of wrap it up even more, in these 3 weeks, you are going to build full body strength. There is no part of your body that's going to be left behind. You're going to gain that intentional, purposeful movement through Pilates and really, really connect with your body on a deeper level. And you're also just going to build that confidence that you need in yourself to show up and do hard things. It is not easy to show up every day for yourself, but movement is a form of self-love, and it truly is something that you're able to give yourself every day. And if you can commit to yourself for these 3 weeks, trust me when I tell you, you will be in a better place, closer to your goals at the end of these 3 weeks. Whenever you start this program in 3 weeks, trust me when I tell you, you are going to be light years ahead of where you think you would be if you didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it really, I even just think in other areas of life, you know, when you do something and you show up for yourself every single day, it's a ripple effect into all of these other things. And I was even talking to people this morning who already did the workout, and they were like, it's just crazy how good I already feel, like, going into the rest of my day and setting up the rest of my week, of just feeling really confident, all because they did a 30-minute workout with me this morning. So I'm very passionate about it. I am so excited to have people buy this, and seeing people's stories of like watching me work out is crazy. It is wild, but I am so freaking excited and pumped for everyone to get their hands on this and just do it alongside me. Do it whenever you feel right for it, whenever it feels good for you. Can't thank you guys enough for all your support, because honestly, without obviously Isabel, my mom, my family, they're my biggest supporters, but also the people that listen to this that are always engaging in our content and being our cheerleaders from the side. You guys are also the reason that I did this as well.
We are truly so excited for you guys to do this program, but to also experience the results for yourself and really see how it transforms your entire relationship with movement. So, of course, we are already working on and building out future programs, future, sheets, guides, future strength training programs. We just have a lot in our minds and a lot that we are putting pen to paper right now and building out for you guys. So this is just the beginning. It is just the start of our fitness offerings for you guys, I guess I could say. So really stay tuned. We have a lot of stuff coming that I'm really, really excited about. And I think that you are going to love, especially if you love this program as much as we love it.
No, literally, the ideas are only just churning and churning. I just need more body parts to be able to produce it all.
Yes.
That's why Isabel's coming along for the next one. Just you wait. Just
you wait, girls. I'm going to be on the mat too.
No, I know. And then before you know it, you're going to be like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm launching my first program with you. Blah, blah, blah.
I know. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be so crazy.
We seriously cannot wait for you guys to get your hands on this. If you are already doing the program, I can't wait for you guys to just continue along this journey, continue to crush these 3 weeks. And if not, now is the time. Seriously, don't wait. I know it sounds like I'm trying to sell you, but if I've learned one thing from my own experiences is if you see something, you feel aligned with it and you feel like it is something that's going to be good for you, like don't make excuses as to why you can't do something. Bite the bullet and buy it and then be like, how can I fit this into my life? Don't look about removing other things. Be like, how can I add this in? And before you know it, you'll be 3 weeks in and be like, oh my God, that was amazing. And now you have an amazing routine because you're used to the 5 days a week. It's like nothing to you. So it takes 21 days to build a habit, ladies. So here we are. We're building habits. We're building them.
So we hope that gave you all a very clear idea of what exactly this 3-week Strength Times Pilates program is, what you're going to get out of it, what you're going to see in it, how you're going to feel. If you guys have any more questions at all, feel free to DM Everything Krause or Sculpted with Kateri. We are an open book. I know a lot about the program as well, but I will always, of course, confirm answers with Kateri. But we really want you guys to feel comfortable when purchasing, comfortable when doing the program. So we are here for you. This is not just like 3 weeks, you're on your way, go have fun. It is, you have us to learn from and to also ask questions from. So we are always here for you. And of course, thank you as always for listening and for supporting us. One more thing I'm going to request that you do is to subscribe to our YouTube channel, to like this video, comment on this video, buy the program. Please. Just one more thing in there this week. One more thing. Follow us on Instagram. Follow Everything Krause. Follow Sculpt with Kateri if you want more workout videos or more, examples of how to do certain moves and how to really combine Pilates times strength. If you're, looking for a sneak peek of the program, her account is a great way to see like what's going to be included. Follow No Sugar. Just really support us in any way and every single way possible. Of course, we always appreciate your guys' support and we are supporting you as well.
Yes, we cannot thank you guys enough for all of your love and support over the past 2 years now and just the continued love and support. Thank you to everyone who has already purchased the program, everyone who is continuing to purchase. I seriously, every time I see someone buy it, I have tears in my eyes and it literally blows my mind. So it's really a crazy experience and I cannot thank you guys enough. Like Isabel said, any questions at all, literally do not hesitate to ask. There are no dumb questions and I'm here to answer everything as well as here to answer everything. And we cannot wait for you guys to get your hands on this and just jump into those fitness goals, jump into that fitness routine, head on and feel really, really strong and good in your own body. So thank you guys for listening today, for joining in, and we hope you have an amazing rest of your day, an amazing rest of your week, and we will see you next time.